I've got a confession to make. I stink at painting. It's true. I stink at painting. If I had to do this for a full-time job, I'd be broke. The family we'd be living on the street. I'm just not any good at it. And it's one of the hardest things that people have a hard time hearing is that they stink at something. We all want to be good at something. We don't want to ever be told that we're not good at something. It's human nature, but we are humans. We are not perfect. We're imperfect. And that is a common quality of a human is there are some things we're just going to stink at. In the world of content marketing and digital, websites tend to be one of the things that many of us just aren't very good at. If you look at a lot of websites, they're imperfect. Some of them worse than others, but it's one of the things that people struggle with, and not only struggle with, but sometimes are intimidated by and afraid by. Um, your website probably needs help. If it's like most websites, it needs help. The key to a good website is it needs to do several things. One thing it needs to do is be useful. Does your website help people? When I come to your website, does it answer my questions? Is it something that can help me, the customer, be better at what I want to do with my life? I've used many examples about this, but the idea of replying to emails. So let's say you get an email from a potential customer or a customer client, and they ask a question. Instead of just hitting reply and answering the question, why don't you record the answer as a YouTube video, upload it to your YouTube account, send them the link, and then put that video on your website and your blog and on Facebook and Twitter and all the other social media platforms. All of a sudden, you're sharing useful information. Your website is becoming a useful resource because not only are you answering that question, you may be potentially answering questions that other people are going to have about your product or service as well. It's got to be useful. Number two, it's got to be unique. It's been well documented over the years, especially back in 2011 when Google changed their algorithm and started penalizing these websites that were stealing content from other sites. If your website has things that are very common on everybody else's websites, word for word, you're going to get dinged. You're just not going to show up very well in search results. The key is having unique content. Write something, produce a video that is yours. Be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone else that you're not. If I talk to you on the phone, do I get the same experience on your website? I better. That's the key to your future growth. And then finally, update your website frequently. This is a common problem when you look at a lot of websites. They looked great the day they launched, but they look exactly the same 2 or 3 years later. Nothing has changed. You need to be updating your website weekly, if not daily, but at least once a week. I tell my clients, if you can, 2 to 3 times a week. That's how you grow and make your website fresh. That's how you be useful and unique, is to constantly provide information that can help people and be useful. So this whole thing about helping, do you need help with your website? Contact me here at Cross Digital, crossdig.com. Let me come in and help you. We'll figure out a way to smartly spend your marketing dollars, the money, your hard-earned money, to figure out the best way to grow your business digitally. Long-term growth strategy here. We're not talking about a short-term overnight fix. We're talking about long-term growth, long-term success. Content marketing is the answer to that. We can help you at Cross Digital. Contact us today at crossdig.com.